Welcome to Sunday, September 6th. It's about 4:15 in the afternoon. We're here in the room with Ethan, and here is the best part of the video.
You still awake in there? Give me a good squeeze if you're awake. There you go. Give me a big squeeze if you miss Papa. There you go. Good squeeze for Papa.
Wasn't that good? That was good. Okay, just because I love that so much, let's watch it again.
You still awake in there? Give me a good squeeze if you're awake. There you go. Give me a big squeeze if you miss Papa. There you go. Good squeeze for Papa.
So that's about the most exciting thing that we've been doing with Ethan today. We've been communicating by squeezing, trying to determine, if something hurts. So he's been seizure free for about 21 hours, I think.
They've got to make it till 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So 7 o'clock will be like the 24-hour mark, and then we can start the process to getting the breathing tube out.
Yeah. So the current theory again is that his EVD, his brain drain, kind of caused some irritation when they put that in on Thursday, and just kind of the trickle effect has caused some irritation, and so we're hoping that all that irritation has died down. So he's on some pretty heavy sedation medicine that is also keeping the seizures at bay, and so we're hoping that as we wean off of that sedation and seizure medicine, that we'll be able to be seizure free starting tomorrow is when they'll really start to decrease that. So,
but it's pretty cool to see him open his eyes. He's sleeping for the most part, but he'll wake up and it's a lot of effort, but he'll open his eyes and move his toes and shake his head, and then he also gives some grimaces that are pretty
heartbreaking.
Really, yeah, they really tug at your heart to see him struggling.
Yeah. So we've been doing things like, Ethan, if your head hurts, give me a squeeze. Or, Ethan, does your tummy hurt? Give me a squeeze. And so trying to figure out,
or the best one, if everything hurts,
give it a squeeze. Yeah.
Everything hurts.
So we've been doing squeezes. He's much more consistent at squeezing your hand than he is at, shaking his head. He'll give you a head nod if you ask for it, or a head shake, but I think that is a little bit more strenuous. So, yesterday I talked about one of Ethan's favorites, the ganache.
Mm-hmm. I hope you guys tried it.
It's really good. You should try that. And if you didn't see in the thumbnail, I tried to point an orange arrow at the ganache right next to the fireplace. It might have been hard to see, but we were talking about, other things that Ethan loves, and one of his big things is succulents.
So Ethan's first succulents came from our neighbor, the neighbor that lives in the house where we got married. And Jill has a lot of plants, so she gave Ethan some jade, and she just said, yeah, you just stick it in the ground and it grows.
Let me tell you, did he ever just run with that? He's like, oh, I'll just break some off and plant some here, plant some there.
He planted that stuff everywhere. We had jade growing up the wazoo.
Out our ears.
And then pretty soon, every single mason jar in the house, disappeared and went out into the greenhouse, and it's got succulents growing everywhere. So that kind of started it. Then, every time he went to Home Depot with Grandma and Grandpa or whatever, he'd pick up a succulent and come home. Or when they go to tree work, he'd see it in somebody else's house or in their yard and, ask for a cutting, and then he'd plant that.
So we took over my greenhouse that's like a 10 by 10, glass structure that I had for gardening for me, and he took over, and we got shelves, and he expanded and
grew more jade.
Yeah.
Lots more jade.
Lots more jade. Then we kind of diversified, got a lot of other plants, and then it became so extensive that we went ahead and built him a bigger greenhouse so that he could get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And luckily his mother likes to collect, so if there was a plant, we kind of indulged.
Yeah.
Indulged it. So
it was a healthy habit.
There we go. So we've got lots of succulents now.
Yeah. So Ethan loves the succulents. We thought we'd just tell you a little bit more about Ethan. So that's where we are for today. So it's a pretty good day. we'll hope and pray that we stay seizure free for another 48 hours or, the rest of his life.
That would be great.
That'd be good. So, till next time.